say I have a little bit curvature to the cop. And if you did happen to tilt it up, you can see the whole thing. Wow.
I got a bit scared thinking, is this an accurate depiction of what's going on there?
Love Island has some of the messiest challenges ever, but at least on the bright side, this challenge, though it was messy, it wasn't filthy, as in dirty. So I guess I would take a challenge like this as compared to some of the challenges that we've seen throughout the season. Hey there, it's your girl Valerie again. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your notification bell for when I upload new videos. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island USA, Season 4, Episode 32. Um, so we're still continuing on the fallout from the tweets, and I think people are sort of reflecting on what happened, and we've got the Isaiah and Sydney blowout. So I'll re- with the challenge, I'll talk about the challenge briefly. With the challenge, for me, I think, as I said, it was a great challenge. Yeah, it was some were petty, some were messy, but I think I would rather take that sort of challenge as compared to spitting in each other's mouths or passing food from one person to the other. So I think I'd rather take this sort of challenge because it was more entertaining and you got to see, people's humor and how they don't take themselves seriously. So that was great. And then I'll discuss the couples. So with Nadia and Jeff, obviously the season is coming to an end. Everybody will be going back to their home base, and so they were talking. They're just still teaching Jeff um Spanish, which is good for them, and he seems to really be wanting to learn, so that's nice. They did talk about how they're going to go from living together all the time, seeing each other 24 hours of the day, to suddenly being miles apart. And I think distance can affect relationships, and this is the difference with Love Island as compared to other shows like Married at First Sight or Love is Blind, whereby they normally cast people in a particular town. So I think, yeah, there's going to be challenges with that. Though we've seen people that have left the villa actually make it work by sort of going to see each other wherever the other is located. So I hope they will be able to sort of find a way to sort of, you know, there's social media. There's a lot of ways they can keep in touch. But I also hope they make time out to go and see each other if they really want this relationship to work. I've always said I'm not sure about Jeff and Naja because I am sure Jeff is really after a serious relationship, and I'm not sure whether Naja's there yet, although she seems to be getting there. So I wish them all the best. With the challenge, they won the challenge because no, Phoebe and Joel won. So they didn't win the challenge, although they sort of made their sort of penises almost slightly similar. And Nadia was sort of saying, she does feel it in bed, so she knows what it looks like and she knows the size and everything. So it is to be expected. Hey, it is what it is. And then from there, uh, Joel and Phoebe, we didn't see them really as a couple. I think because they're uncoupled, they're not going to spend any time together. They're just going to, Joe and Phoebe and Chad are just going to focus on themselves and just leave the other two to just float about until the next recoupling or whatever happens to them. And so, I don't know. As I said yesterday, I don't think Joel should have coupled up with Phoebe. I think he should have coupled up with Courtney, but I think he might have thought Chad was going to pick Courtney, and so I don't know. We'll leave it at that. Um, and then with Mackenzie and Chad, we didn't see them together as well. It was surprising that they had this sort of Isaiah do this grand gesture for Sydney on Mackenzie's birthday, and Mackenzie on her birthday, she's the one who made pancakes for everyone, and I'm like, shouldn't the other islanders have done something for her, or maybe she just wanted to do it herself? I didn't quite get that. Although I did see Deb run and give her a hug to sort of say happy birthday. I don't think Mackenzie and Chad are going to do anything now. I think they're just finding their way to the end, and that's it. We didn't see them talking just the same as we didn't see Phoebe talking to Joel, so I don't know where they stand in their relationships because this episode was very heavy on sort of Sydney and Isaiah and just had sprinklings of Timmy and Zita and um, Jesse and Deb. From there, Phoebe and Phoebe and Chad, for me, I really don't see what they see in each other. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just gameplay or whatever. They were talking, obviously, because all their conversations, if you look at them, they're always in the hideaway, in the treehouse or whatever. They never just seem to sit down and just have a conversation. It has to be them trying to make out and whatever. And it's like, how much depth is there to this connection? Is it just something that the two of you want to just jump each other's bones and then move on, or what? They did talk about, oh, it's Chad saying he wants to be a lawyer and blah 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 blah. And it's just like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Because personally, I read this online yesterday where someone was saying, Phoebe's going to struggle to get into law school because blah blah blah. And I think this is what people don't understand. At times we judge these people on reality shows harshly because they are not behaving a certain way, not realizing that these people have families at home, they have friends, they have careers, like someone um Tyler, sorry, so I didn't sort of run away from. Tyler's doing his PhD. If you're going to be a patient going to see him, you would not want to see the person you saw whiling out on Love Island. You would just walk out. So I understand that aspect, and I don't get how Phoebe has got away with behaving the way she's behaved, unless the law thing was sort of a backup, and this is what she's decided to be. She's decided to be a reality star. She's decided to be an influencer, and that's where she wants to end. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I don't understand their relationship. I don't understand Chad and Phoebe's connection. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know. It is what it is. I think they're just going to get each other to the finale, leave the villa. If they think it's beneficial for them to remain a couple, they will. Otherwise, I can see them uncoupling and moving on from there. It's a pity that Phoebe didn't take advantage of the opportunity that Joel presented to her, but hey, it is what it is. She used him to stay in the villa, and that's it. Timmy and Zita. Timmy and Zita are mom and dad of the villa. They are sort of there to just sort of support the other islanders. They are happy as a couple. They did do their challenge, and Timmy talked about his swerve and why, why he's called Timmy Swerve. Um, they seem happy and content. I think their plan is. I haven't really heard their conversations about life after the villa. I hope they start to sort of discuss that, and we get to see more of that because really they don't seem to have any. I think they're in a rhythm at the moment, so I don't think they'll have any other problems outside of how do they adjust once they leave the villa and what their plans are. So I hope they start to tell us more of that. And then Deb and Jesse, yeah, I think we all know Jesse has been very reserved from the time he came into the villa. He did have that fallout whereby he had sort of two, three women at one go, and people then just ended up falling off, and he stayed with Deb. I think because he was so excited with other opportunity, though he wanted Deb, he wanted to explore other relationships because this is what he was told. And I think because of that, the fans have continued to judge him by that, and they haven't seen his growth. I personally think he's grown. I think he's become more he's begun to show more PDA. Yeah, he still needs to work on his words of affirmation because he was trying to say, Deb's name means something, and then you went demanding, energetic, and then you went biscuit. I was like, where did the biscuit come from? And then Deb had to say, are you sure it's not beautiful? And then you went, oh, beautiful. So I think he still needs to work on his words of affirmation, but otherwise, I think he is trying. I think he's really trying, and the perk of it is he is in a couple with someone who's got patience and is willing to sort of help him grow, and this is why they are where they are. So I hope they continue to grow. I don't know what I'll because I think Jess is from Ohio. I don't know whether he's still in Ohio, and Deb is, she says she's from California. So I don't know what will happen after the show ends. It's the reason why I'm talking about this is because I've seen there's at least three great couples that have come from the show, and they seem to be making an effort to work outside the show. So this is why I'm trying to look at life after the show since we're in the final week. And then Isaiah and Sydney. I think Sydney and Isaiah made a big mistake in the sense that they coupled up. They coupled up. They were OG couples. Then they came in the Andy bit that nobody understood why Andy came into the mix. And after that, Sydney never took time to explore anything else. Isaiah did explore, but sadly he explored with the wrong person. I think you should have tried to explore with someone maybe like a Bella or Chance or even Tiger Lily. But I think he's so used to these toxic relationships. This is why he keeps going for the dramatic girls, and this is why he ended up with Phoebe. And so because of that, I think um they are now in this relationship whereby they just have to make it work because this is what they're stuck with, and whatever problems they have, they because they've been, I think they were sexually intimate when they went into the hideaway, and because of that they're constantly sort of trying to make things work because of that aspect of their relationships. And I don't know how things will work out because the fact that people's opinion played such a big part in their breakdown is alarming to some extent because everyone that goes on a reality show knows that the viewers can be, some can be. I know I review shows and stuff. I try not to be rude. I try not to say anything that will hurt anyone's feelings. But some people go below the belt and they can be very aggressive and very opinionated and very harsh with their opinions. So if they're struggling with just a small text, if once they leave the villa and they see everything else on social media, they're going to break up. They're really going to break up. I'm surprised there has been no after movie night because I think had they had movie night, it would have addressed, it would have shown everything that happened as it happened, and that way the islanders could have addressed their issues. And by now, in the final week, they could be heading towards either the finale as a couple or uh, uh, you know, or breaking up. But then I don't know why the producers have chosen not to do movie night. This is my first time watching Love Island USA, so I don't know whether they previously had movie night in previous seasons, or this is something that they don't do. I know he's asked her to be his girlfriend. I don't get that concept of asking someone to be your girlfriend, to having this grand gesture for someone to be your girlfriend. Hmm, I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. I still didn't get it in the UK version, and I still don't get it here. Isaiah and Sydney working in the real world. I don't know. It's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a struggle. There's going to need to be a lot of growth on both parts in order for them to work. And they're going to have to develop thicker skin because if that one little message derailed them, they're going to have to develop thicker skin in order for them. And I think the problem that Isaiah had is he was not honest with Sydney. He should have been honest with Sydney when they came back from Kasamu, told her every single thing that happened that he could remember. Because when she gets home, she at some point she's going to watch the show and she's going to see everything that's been put out there. And I don't think they will last with that if he hasn't told her every single thing. I don't know. I don't know. It is what it is. We'll see how it goes. Um, it was an interesting episode. It was okay. Um, we'll see. We'll see. At the moment, I think if you were to ask me who do I think is going to win, I think just like everybody else, Timmy and Zita, they've been apart from the Bria incident, they've sort of been, smooth sailing. So if you're looking for a couple that is got that has not been over the top with drama, then it's Timmy and Zita. If you're looking for a couple that has shown a lot of growth and progression, then I would say Deb and Jesse, and the rest are just runners up. That's just my opinion. I don't think any of them. I think it's part of me is sad that we didn't get to see the progression of Tyler and Serenity's relationship, Kat and Jared, or Maddie and Andy. But then seeing all the things that the couples that are still in the villa have had to go through, I think they're better off having left the show as they did and working on their relationships and seeing whether there was anything there outside the villa. That's just my opinion. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye everyone.